our forebears prescribed nearly a century and 3/4 ago. The world is very different now, for man holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of human poverty and all forms of human life.
So, we've all heard of those inspiring speeches before. If not, then lucky you. But for the rest of us, every time we hear those same old quotes and or phrases, it kinda kills the meaning of it a little more and makes it feel a little less meaningful. So that's why today's uninspiring video is inspired by those quotes or phrases. The first one is, don't be afraid to be yourself. Which really means is, be afraid to be yourself. The more you are being yourself, the less you are fitting in with the crowd. So, don't be yourself, be someone they want you to be, and you'll make tons of friends. The next one you would have heard maybe when you were younger while meeting new people, and that is, come here, I don't bite, which really is, come here, I don't bite, but I do make you feel socially uncomfortable. If that's the case, then I actually preferred if you did bite, because then we have something to talk about, and I can say, what the hell, man, stop biting me. What's your problem? Do you bite everybody? The next one is, there are no dumb questions here. Which is really, there are no dumb questions here, because they're never asked.
Don't make yourself look like a fool in public. If you have dumb questions, that's what the internet is for.
The next one, not only is it overused, but also a lie, which is, all men were created equally. All men have their own special talents and gifts, so don't expect everyone to be all the same, because they're not.
So you expect me to believe that garbage men and mailmen are just as equal as lawyers and doctors? They seem pretty unequal. It seems that what they were trying to say is all men were created uniquely. For example, hip-hop artists are created with special talents and gifts that allow them to be more artistically creative than, say, therapists who are more specialized in the field of psychology and understanding psychological problems. So, hip-hop artists should be great at making music. I would hope so. But they won't make the greatest therapists. Unless you're Kanye West, then you're a natural in both fields, obviously. And finally, one of the last ones, which is, the customer is always right. The customer is never right. The customer is always wrong. Most of them have never even been there. How are they supposed to be right if it's their first time there? The employee is always right. He knows more, he's been there longer, he works there, he eats there, he drinks there, he basically lives there. He probably even takes a shower in the sink or something when he's done, like, brushing his teeth. So, if the employee does all of that, then he probably knows a little bit more than the customer. If you actually believe that you know better than the employee, then you're the one that should be working there. If the customer is always right, then the employee shouldn't even bother to help them. The whole point of the employee being there is to help the customer, but the customer is always right, so they don't need help.
Well, that's about it. If you made it this far, thanks for watching and listening. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you want. I'm gonna go eat a bagel now.